Hey everybody, welcome back to Silver Spade Lawn and Garden on the Whiskey Sierra YouTube channel. It's been a hot minute since we've played Farm 725, and it's mainly because I've been fighting a little bit of performance issues in regards to textures and lighting and whatnot. So this is a brand new save, what you're seeing here. So I've taken everything from the old save and I've put it into the new save as best I can. There was a couple of mod conflicts. I run like 1,000 mods on these things, so sometimes things get a little bit wonky. But anyway, we're good to go. I think I got it. Anyway, let's get to work. If we bring up the HUD here, if I hit the right button, there we go. You can see we're now up into February. So last time we saw each other, I think was sometime in November. We've advanced time through February. It's now 6:15, and we need to get going. So we've got 4 customers waiting for us today. Each of them are paying $500. And we are going to go spread some salt and gravel in their parking lots. We aren't expecting any snow right now, but we did get a little bit of a skiff and a little bit of a frost last night. You can see we're sitting at -4, so and that is Celsius for those of you. So it is just below the freezing mark. So we're going to go put some gravel down in some parking lots before all of the businesses open up, so that even before the staff get in, everything is nice and ready to go. So our first stop today is going to be the barrel factory, which is, let's cut out through here and we'll go down and around. We'll just park in the front of their parking lot. Check, make sure there's nobody coming. It's a pretty sleepy town at 6 a.m. I quite like this. And the barrel factory should be just up here on the right. Yes, here it is. So park in the, I guess this is a parking lane. This is a little bit better. I'm still going to throw the 4-ways on. There we go. Yeah, it looks like people can get past. Alright. Let's hop in the old John Deere, get her fired up. Turn all of our lights on. There we go. Safety first, right? And here we go. Now this says road salt, but just for the lore of this, just for the sake of gameplay, we're gonna call it sand. It's sand and gravel, because we don't actually have that fill type in Farm Sim. But here we go. We'll even be a little bit generous and make sure we get a little bit on the sidewalk there. And there we go. Job 1 done. I can't get on. I had no problems earlier. Interesting. Wonder if I might have accidentally adjusted the hitch on the truck. Let's see. No, that's the tailgate control. Oh, I see the problem. I'm up on the curb. Okay. There we go. Now we should be able to get that ramp down far enough that the blade clears. Yep. That was the problem. And the axles, the trailer axles were stuck up on the curb. There we go. Set those 2 straps down so that we have quick access to the gator. And we are on to the next customer. Next customer is going to be Town Hall. Wow, this truck stops quick. Town Hall, I believe, is down this road. Then we've got the hotel and the train station to do. There we go, here's Town Hall. Looks like they got a couple of overnighters working. Make sure that ramp goes all the way down. There we go. Back in the gator after we unstrap it. Ooh, falling off the ramp. I narrow the width I can. There we go. Take a pass here. Try not to run into my own trailer. That's okay. I pay the bills on this thing. Actually, the trailer was technically free with the truck deal, so that's okay. We'll run her onto the grass here. And we're going to cut the width all the way down, just so that we can get in between these cars without actually hitting the cars. There we go. That one's done. We'll come around and get the other one here. Actually, I'm going to bump that up to 2. There we go. There we go. We'll get the sidewalk while we're at it. And we will also get the main sidewalk here in front of City Hall. There we go. Okay, we're going to call that done. Get this thing loaded back up now that there's no traffic coming. Run down to the train station. And then we will hit the, what was the last one? The hotel. Ooh, just about got hit by a school bus there. So I've spent the better part of 4 hours here trying to remake everything that I did, or at least everything that I remember that I did from the last, or from the first part of the series. Wow, this thing is squirrely. So this park over here, I remade that as best I could. There's a couple of houses and stuff like that that I just didn't get to. So we're just not going to worry about them at all. But all of the main portions of the lore have been rebuilt from scratch. All right, and we're here, so I'm going to park on the sidewalk. nice and inconveniently for everybody, but it's for everybody's best interests. Oh, I did not unstrap it. Now, once we're done here today, I'm gonna go home, have a nice little nap, because 6 a.m. starts are kind of brutal. Once we're done that, I found a couple of things on Marketplace that I think you guys are gonna like. So once the sun is up and it's kind of a little bit more acceptable to call people, I'm gonna go make a couple of phone calls and see if we can't maybe pepper in the back of these cars a little bit more than I wanted. We're gonna go see if we can't maybe get a couple pieces of equipment, because there's a bit of an opportunity around here. If you haven't noticed, this is a logging town. So we're going to try and get ourselves into a little bit of the, not directly forestry, but kind of a forestry adjacent kind of industry here. Let's see if we might be able to make a couple extra bucks off of that. Oh, that was a good pass. There we go. We'll just back up, make sure we get around the mailboxes here nice and good. Got a bit of incline down there. So we're gonna back into this spot here. We're gonna cut that down. I think 2 passes would be plenty. There we go. We're gonna back up. Make sure that this hill has plenty. There we go. Do not want people slipping. Now that whole liability thing of we pay you to make sure people don't slip and this guy slipped kind of thing. I don't want that. There we are. I'm going to get this ramp here just a little bit more too. There we go. I'm going to call that plenty sufficient. We've still got half a load left, so we'll have plenty enough to get the train station done. Because that one's going to be a bigger job. And yes, I am shutting the gator off in between jobs. It's only -4 out. This thing will start no problem. But I am leaving the diesel running, just because. It's a brand new truck. I know it'll start, but still. Okay. And just like that, we're on to the next one. And what time is it? It's 6:30. So most of these places don't even open until 7. And I would expect staff to start coming in about 6:45. So we are well on time here. Sure are a lot of school buses out at 6:30 in the morning on a February Tuesday. Okay, and this is where things are going to get a little interesting because I have to do that platform too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to park the truck way off in this corner here where we don't expect anybody to be. And that's going to give me the maximum coverage possible. We back up anytime, thank you. It wouldn't go into gear. If anybody's ever driven these old Gators, sometimes the gear shift just kind of sticks. Alright, so first things first, we gotta get this. Oh, God. Farm sim steering, man. Farm sim steering. Alright, so we've got to get this platform. We're going to go all the way down to the very end here. We're going to get down, turn around. That is steep. I'm also seeing that most of the snow is already gone too, which is quite nice. Okay, and we're doing a 2-pass. Is a 2-pass going to be enough? Do I want a 3-pass? Three is going to be a bit much. So we're gonna, you know what though? We want to get the edges. We'll just do a 2-pass though. 2-pass will be plenty enough. It's like exactly the right width. Yeah, this is perfect. There we go. Looking good, looking good. We're going to go all the way back to a wide spread here. I'm going to cut in around here, make sure that this area is well and graveled. Boy, that's good English, isn't it? We'll go all the way up to here. We're going to turn around. We're going to make sure that we get all the sidewalks in front of this house. Building. There we go. Cut in. We're going to do this side of the parking lot. You see there's somebody already sitting here waiting. I don't mind if I pepper my truck. Probably don't want to pepper their car. Nice of them to just sit in the way. And I'm out. Perfect amount, perfect timing. And that is farm sim steering all over the place. Yeah. I'm gonna have to pull forward. And it stops so quick, it goes into reverse instantly. Alright. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Everything is good. But that is all of my material used. That is all of my customers done today. Ooh, wrong button. And we are good to go home and have a 1 hour power nap. We'll get out of this guy's way, probably. I don't know what he's doing here. Probably just an NPC on a spline. Yep. Gotta love it. Here's another one. With the old high beams on. So this is the Lance Modding Silverado 3500. And I had no steering there. Oh, good. All right. And the lighting on it. These are your low beams, right? So if we cycle through, that's it. That's all I got. Low beam, nothing else, nothing else. High beam. Like, can we get a little bit of low beam cut out from the high beam because we have so much high beam? Also, I think this truck is destined for a gooseneck. This bumper pull is taking my steering off all over the place. But we're gonna leave her here, shut her down, go inside. All right, so it is now 8 o'clock. I'm gonna start making a couple of phone calls here, but I'm just out in the garage puttering around for a little bit. One thing that I wanted to show you guys is the old Black Beauty here. Nope. Oh God, I'm in the truck. Farm Sam. There we go. Check this out. It's alive. It works. It runs. We've done the engine swap. It was a fair amount more work than I was really expecting. I expected, old Chevy 350, small block 350 over Twin LS. There's a ton of kits out there for it, like aftermarket third-party kits. I didn't think there'd be that much welding, but there is that much welding. So I had to buy a welder, and I had to fab up a whole ton of parts, like exhaust. The wiring harness was easy. It was painless, if you know what I mean. And the fuel system was pretty easy as well. But like I say, there's a couple of mechanical parts that I had to make for it. But short of that, it's in, it works, it runs. So I have 2 trucks now. And I'm stoked for that. But let's shut her down here before I gas myself out. What else do we got here? 4110 fuel system on this thing is dicked. Absolutely dicked. So this thing has been horrendously unreliable. Short of tearing the whole fuel system out and ordering an entire new fuel system, I think this one is destined for the boneyard. I don't know if there's much I can do to save this thing. It could be a good tractor to somebody who really wants to put the time and effort and money into it, but as a business, I don't have that luxury of tearing the whole thing apart. And being that we're getting into the busy season coming up here soon, plus I'm doing the snow removal. In my shoulder season, I have to stay tight with money. So I think this one is up on the chopping block. So we'll see what we can do about that. The 330, quite like this thing. And the Craftsman. Craftsman, beautiful. Got that thing running again. It is like it's brand new. It's 330, she's still showing her age. Things are a little bit loose, but still reliable. So, as far as the mowers go for the landscaping and like the lawn side of things, the big tractor, she's probably going. But there is a contingency for that. So, let me make a few phone calls. Let me go inside and we will see where we're at from here. All right, so we are on our way to our first stop here, which is going to be the lumber mill, which should give you bit of a clue of to what side of what industry we're looking at here. So with the landscaping business, I have been cutting down a lot of trees. And one of the things is the trees just kind of go to waste. Wow, this thing stops quick. I don't like that. Okay. So the trees kind of go to waste. So I'm figuring if I have a way to further process them, bring them into a further processed state, I may be able to earn more with them. That's the thought process. So we're going to try and make some wood chips. Now, to make wood chips, you need a wood chipper, which here it is. So this thing is, she's BTS. I guess I could shut her off. She is BTS, so beat 2. But short of that, I'm told it runs, and I'm told it's got a full tank of gas. So we should be seeing somebody pop out here shortly. All right, so we are about to purchase this thing here. Talk to the guys. They only want $1,200 for it, which is an absolute steal. So we're gonna make sure it all works. So far, everything works pretty good. Like they said, it's got a full tank, so we're doing good. And then they dropped off a bunch of wood cookies for us here, so yeah, it looks like Chippy works. And having no issues with these big chunks. I thought we were gonna have to like buck these up with a hatchet or an axe or something, but no, they're going through effortlessly. It's weird that it has to be running. Okay. Yep. Happy with that. All right. Farm management. Let's go. This is be the NPCs. Transfer. $1,200. Mine. So I'll have to take it home. We'll have to wash it up a little bit. Let's see if we can't get it refreshed. Now, this raptor here behind me, that would be cool to have too. But there's no possible way that's in the budget. You know what? I'm gonna go in and ask. Guys. They don't want it. They say it's broken. And they only want $8,000 for it. That's not even worth the scrap. I don't have any use for this, but these things make big money when they run. I personally know a guy, like in real life, with about 5 of these things. And damn, these things make good money. Ooh, that's tempting. $8,000. That's like a $250,000 machine there. and they just want to get rid of it. I feel like it's going to be a money pit. I feel like it's going to seriously make me regret a lot of things. It's locked. Can't even get in. I'm going to give it serious thought. $8,000. Says it doesn't run. They had to push it in here with one of their loaders. I don't have a way to get this thing home. I really don't have... I kind of have the $8,000, but I don't have the $8,000. I think I should just be happy with my little toys. But you know, I could. I got the guy's number if I change my mind, so... We'll just go take Chippy home. And then we'll go on to the next place. So this is, I didn't realize it was an estate sale. I thought it was just a small equipment sale. So I kind of feel a little bit dirty about the negotiations that I did on the phone. But it is what it is, I guess. I guess it is what it is. I can't change anything that's happened. All right, we are here. It is a pretty nice place. I mean, the shop's about the same size as mine. A little nicer. What we are here for. Well, I guess I should probably make my entrance known. Okay, so we are here to look at the dump trailer and the skid steer. Come on. I guess the door is locked for us. That's fine. Oh, this is immediately much worse than I thought it was. Okay. You know, they said that it had some wear and tear on it. They said that it had been used. Yeah. Yeah, that's used, man. That is all the way used. Sweeper broom looks pretty good. That looks like it's in pretty good shape. But, the skid steer it hooks up to looks pretty rough. Okay. Bunch of other stuff here. Apparently everything here has to go. As much fun as the side-by-side would be, I have zero purpose for that. I still like one, though. This thing. I want this thing. I have no purpose for it, though. But skid steer, being a landscaping company, big helpful. Big helpful. And then broom, now that it's coming up to spring, to sweep and collect all the gravel up, again, big helpful. Well, let's go talk to the old lady here and see what she has to say. Okay, so we negotiated a little bit here. Originally, they wanted 10,000 for the skid steer and 5,000 for the trailer. But I told them that this skid steer, she's beat. She's beat, she's worn, she's tired. She just wants to go home and die. So I got the whole kit and caboodle for 1,200. Well, 1,250 you saw in the top corner. Plus the broom. So, I think we're doing okay. It's not quite a steal. It's not quite as good of a deal as I had thought. But we came back up to 1,250. I wanted 10 grand for everything. You know, trailer for 5, just straight across what they're asking. Skid steer for 5, what I'm asking, but they came up to 1,250. This 4075, I very badly want this. I very badly have no purpose for it though. So for today, we're just gonna be good. We're gonna take just what we need: skid steer, dump trailer, and the dump trailer. The nice part about that is now I got a place to put all my wood chips and take them and dump them. I'm done with them. So we're thinking kind of ahead, and I'm glad I got here because apparently 3 other people were looking at this dump trailer today. So we're doing not too bad so far, and we're now sitting up at 3 degrees Celsius. I'll probably take my jacket off. Like, it is getting nice out, but I'm also kind of thinking like I may be cash poor, but I've got a fair amount of equity built up right now with the property that I'm on. This place is looking pretty tantalizing, I must say. It's got a little bit more space than what I've got. It's a way nicer house than what I've got. Way nicer shop. So I think I'm going to put an offer down on the place and see what they say. But anyway, I'm getting so far ahead of myself here today. Let's get this thing all hooked up. Alright, there should be a way to get the loading ramps out. Oh, that's them. There we go. Okay. Just getting used to the controls here. But yeah, I think that'll work just fine. I don't know if it's got it. Oh yeah, it's got tie downs in here. Oh heck yeah, it's got tie downs in here. I don't even have to fudge anything. Nice. Okay. Yeah, the bucket's not attached. That's good. That's good. We are going to set the bucket down though. Grab the broom and we're going to just tuck the broom up into the front of the... There we go. I just had a thought. I just drove a skid steer in and dropped off the attachment. Hope we don't fall backwards. Oh, we're okay. I got away with it. So for those of you who don't know, a skid steer, if you take a look at the drive sprocket on it, that's kind of just below where the center of gravity on that vehicle is. especially when it's empty or when you don't have an attachment. So you come off the back of a trailer like that onto a set of ramps with nothing on the front. A lot of times you're sitting on that engine cover. There you go. There's nothing I can do from here really, so we'll just hop back in the truck and do everything from inside the truck because that makes sense. Load everything up. Close the doors. Remember what the control was for the ramps. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. That should be on the tailgate. That should be the ramps. There we go. There's the ramps. All right. Let's take this yard sale home and see if we can't put it to use. All right, it's been a few days, so we've done a ton of jobs here, on and off, and made a couple $1,000s in the process, which is quite nice, quite easy on the stress, I should say. And right now we're just repairing some cracks on the bucket here, as I really don't want to just buy a new bucket because I got 90% of a good bucket here, but it has very clearly been. Well, let's just say abused its whole life. So we're gonna fix that up. I did notice a couple other cracks on the arm mounts on the I keep calling it a Bobcat. I think it's a skid steer, the Takushi skid steer. So I'm gonna work on welding up this bucket here, and then we'll get to fixing up the skiddy itself. And then maybe we'll get to use it today. There we go. So with welding, a couple of parts, and then a little bit of repair trigger madness, we now have a fully functioning skid steer, broom, and bucket. So let's get this thing taken over to the skiddy. Just push it along the floor. Oh, now it wants to stand up. There we go. And we'll let it clip through the floor. Oh, I didn't notice that it had auto level on the bucket. That's nice. Yeah, I'd say she's solid. There we go. So we're doing good. We're doing good. And we still have a couple days of February left before we get into March. So should be good for a couple more snow days, I would imagine. Although you can see none of it is sticking anymore. This I should also bring you for a tour of the place, because we've made some huge improvements to the place. So we've got a solar wall here. So all of our power comes from off the grid now. And everything, all of our surplus, we just sell back to the grid. So we are making income on that. We do have a wind turbine here. So this, it really doesn't do much. It's just kind of interesting to look at, but it probably earns me a couple of bucks a month. So it can stay. And the greenhouse we're not doing a whole lot with. But you can see we've got tomatoes, we've got, what is that? That'd be the chili peppers, lettuce, and strawberries. And for whatever reason, I've decided to plant one of each in each bin. Instead of trying to keep everything separate and keep all things like together, you've just mixed everything together because farm sim makes sense. So yeah, that's been my little project that I've been setting up. I put in a nice little fire pit for me and my buddies. A nice little treed in area. Won't get any flames high enough to light any of this, so I'm not worried about that. Took care of the massive bushes beside the place, or beside the garage there. And other than that, just mowed and taken care of everything. Well. I just got a call from the county, and one of their parks kids notified them that there's a tree fallen in the park that we took care of earlier. I guess that would be last year. So we get to go use our brand new wood chipper. I'm stoked. However, I don't have a way of getting the dump trailer and the wood chipper down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the dump trailer and haul it down there, and we're going to buck up the tree. And they said that they marked a couple of trees that they want taken down. So we're going to go see what they want. We're going to haul it all back in the dump trailer. I'm going to bring it home, and we're going to wood chip the ever-loving wood out of this. And yeah, we get to use the wood chipper right off the bat today. I see they took down all of their concrete barriers that we struggled to put in. That was nice of them. And they have no solution of what to replace them with. Excellent. Good job, county. Short of that, everything down here looks just as good as when we left it, if not better. All right. Open up the back. Shut the truck off because I have a feeling we'll be here for a while. In fact, I have such a feeling that we'll be here for a while that I brought my fishing rod. So we'll start this endeavor off cleaning up some scraggly brush. And I guess this is one of the trees they want down. I don't know why it's not on the path. It's not really in the way, but thanks, guys. I couldn't have figured that out without the big orange X on it. I guess we'll take this one down too. Gonna take a ponder around here. I don't see any more X's. They said there was a couple of trees. I guess they were including the one that was fallen already. Everything else here looks... yeah, everything else here looks alive, so... okay. Well, we'll get this bucked up into manageable pieces. We'll get it stuffed into the box of the truck there, or I guess the dump trailer. And we will get on with the show. Oh, I should delimb this. Now, one of y'all said I had to crouch to delimb. That deleted it. Is that because I have... Maybe because I had super strength turned on. Not working. Oh, it is. It's just very, very picky. All right, let me work with this. We'll be back. All right, got it. Not easy. Very fiddly. Not a fan of the new limb cutting system. But we'll buck this thing down into what I feel is manageable sizes and get it loaded up. We'll get the next one done. I'll do that off camera. And then we'll get it all brought down to the farm. Or to the farm. To the yard. And we will get all of this dealt with. I'm going to cut this as close to the ground as it'll let me. There we go. Like I say, fiddly. But we'll keep going here and meet you guys in a minute. All the wood is loaded up. I did manage to delimb the little stick branch twiggy guy there. So we are going to take a few moments. If I can find my fishing rod. Oh, I left it in the truck. Be right back. All right. Got it. Let's go see what's in here. There we go. Got myself a trout. I look at my trout at all? No, I can't. Nothing I can do with it. All I can do is sell it or release it. Well, we're going to put it back. That was interesting. I've never, I've tried using the Highlands fishing thing once already. That's why I didn't get the tutorial pop up. But that was the first time I've actually like gone somewhere to catch a fish. That was interesting. But let's go turn these logs into wood chips. And see if we can't make a couple of bucks off of that. Probably don't need the tarp for this, but I'm going to tarp it anyway. All right. Take this back home. All right, I got a plan and we're going to be cheeky about it. So we've unstrapped everything. We're going to open the back. That's not it. That's not it. That's not the control. What was the dump? Oh, maybe it is just... There it is. That's the dump control. Oh. When you dump, it opens the door. Interesting. Well, we're going to see what that little stick does. I didn't think it would open the door or swing the gate open like that. That's okay. We can work with that. And this isn't too heavy to manhandle. So we'll drag Chippy over here. Get him fired up and open. I hadn't thought that the sides would be too tall. So we're going to have to spin this puppy around. I'm going to take up all of the space that I have available to do this. There we go. Nice, easy, straight shot into the back. We'll get this tucked up a little closer. And we'll shut the truck off because this might take a while. I guess the beacon does work. All right. Start with a little log. Oh, look at that go. I'm going to angle that down just a little slightly more. Dropped that one. Let's see how Chippy does with this. Didn't bother him at all. Perfect. And that was it? Yeah, that's it. Honestly, not a bad haul. It resulted in 1,200 liters of wood chips, so not a great haul, I guess. Looked like it took up a lot more space than it really did, but we'll work on getting that filled up. once we have a full chip trailer, or a fairly full chip trailer, wow, hard to say, then we'll take it and we'll sell it, see what we get for it. If I can remember all of the keybinds for Farm Sim, there we go. That would make playing Farm Sim so much easier. I should probably put the tray or put the cover on that, which means I have to hook up to it. There we go. We'll cheat the system a little bit because the system is broken. Okay. Here we go. We've used most of our new toys today. Oh, I gotta call the county and get them to pay me for those trees removed. All right, there we go. $3,200 for the trees cut and removed. Plus, you notice the money went up a fair amount too. I had a couple of checks I hadn't cashed yet that I forgot about. So, there we go. I think that catches us all up. And I think that's going to be a long enough episode for now. So thank you all so much for coming. Thank you all so much for watching. And if you like what you're seeing, make sure you subscribe so that you get to see more. Now that I think I've got things nailed down a little bit better, I think we're going to start seeing a little bit more Farm Sim come back to the channel. Still going to keep on the donut series with Motor Town. Having a lot of fun with that. So yeah, let me know if there's anything else you guys want to see. And I will see you guys in the next video.